Topic: Solving quadratic equations by factoring. Objective: solve the quadratic equations by factoring. Find the GCF, the following. For number 1, we have 10 and 15. To find the GCF of 10, kunin natin yung mga factors. Ano nga ba yung dalawang numbers na kapag pinag-multiply mo is 10? Let us start with 1 and then the number itself. 1 times 10, that is 10. Then, meron pa ba? Meron pa bang dalawang numbers na kapag pinag-multiply mo is 10? Okay, so we have 2 and 5. Meron pa po ba? Okay, wala na. Then, for 15, for number 15, so let us start with 1 and 15. Meron pa bang factors na, or meron pa bang dalawang numbers na kapag pinag-multiply mo is 15? We have 3 and 5. Meron pa bang factors? Wala na. Now, to find the GCF, tignan natin dito yung pinakamataas na number na common sa kanilang dalawa. So, we have 1. Okay, parehas yan. 2, o wala. We have 5. So, ibig sabihin, the GCF of 15 is 5. Ito yung common or the greatest common factor. Kaya sinabing GCF, the greatest common factor. Then next, for number 2, 6. What are the two numbers that when you multiply, the product is 6? Let us start with 1 and 6, the number itself. Meron pa ba? Okay, meron pa. 2 and 3. For number 12, we have 1 and 12. What else? Meron pa ba? 2 and 6. Meron pa ba? Meron pa. 3 and 4. Meron pa ba? Wala na. Okay, tingnan natin naman yung common sa kanila. Hanapin natin yung greatest common factor. We have 1, parehas. 2, 3, 4, wala na. 6. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung pinakamataas na common sa kanila. So, therefore, the GCF of 6 and 12 is 6. Find the common factor. So, for number 1, we have x squared and x. So, paano nga ba kunin yung common factor kapag variables na yung pinag-uusapan? Yung merong exponent. So, para makuha yung common factor, ito lang yung tatandaan ninyo. Alamin nyo kung ano yung pinakamababang exponent. So, from x squared, we have the exponent of 2. For x, we have the exponent of 1. So, therefore, the common factor is x. Again, ito yung pinakamababang exponent sa dalawa. For number 2, x raised to 4 and x raised to 2, ano yung mas mababang exponent? Diba yun? 2. So, therefore, this is the common factor. We have x squared. Solve the following equations by factoring. Number 1, we have x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. Number 2, 9x squared minus 4x equals 0. So, for number 1, x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. Make sure na bago tayo mag-factoring, dapat yung equation is naka-standard form. Yung number 1, ano nga ba yung, by the way, ano nga ba yung standard form? We have the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Ito yung standard form ng quadratic equation. So, dapat yung equation, ganito yung form. Sa ganito siya nakasulat. So, since yung x squared plus 9x equals negative 8, hindi pa siya naka-standard form, kailangan natin transform yung equation into standard form. Okay, so that is step number 1. Transform the equation into standard form. So, para i-transform, so, ito yung solution. For the solution, number 1, x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. So, step 1, transform transform the equation into standard form. So we have now para ma-transform to, we need to eliminate negative 8 to the right side of the equation para maging 0 siya. So para may eliminate to by using addition property of equality. Add both sides by 8. So the resulting equation is x squared plus 9x plus 8 equals negative 8 plus 8. Then, this is by using addition property of equality. Then, the resulting equation is x squared plus 9x plus 8 equals 0. Then, since naka-standard form na yung equation natin, we need to factor x squared plus 9x plus 8. Ipapactor na natin siya. So, factor the expression x squared plus 9x plus 8. So, factor natin. Paano nga ba mag-factor? So, we have here this one. So, una nyong ipapactor is yung first term, x squared. Ano yung factor ni x squared? We have x and x. Now, ang susunod yung ipapactor is yung 8. What are the factors of 8? We have the factors of 8. We have 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. Ito yung mga factors niya. These are the factors of 8, 1 and 8, and 2 and 4. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, aanapin naman, from the factors, aanapin naman natin dito yung number na kapag pinag-add mo, ang magiging sagot is 9. Bakit? Kasi ito po yung product. Ito naman yung sum. Again, this is the product, this is the sum. Yung 8, ipapactor mo. So, pag nakuha mo na yung factors, maghahanap ka dun sa factors na kapag pinag-add mo, ang magiging sagot is 9. Okay, so, these are the factors. Saan kaya dito yung pair na kapag pinag-add natin is magiging sagot is 9? We have 1 and 8. So, gagamitin natin yung 1 and 8. We have 1 and 8. Sir, paano naman sir yung mga operation? So, since we have positive here, so, ano yung mga possible factors? Ano yung mga possible na sign ni 8 para maging positive? We have negative 1 and negative 8 and 1 and 8. Ito yung mga possible sign nung 1 and 8. Ngayon, since yung gitna natin, yung second term or the linear term is positive plus, so dapat magiging plus din. So, we have 1 and 8. Positive 1 and 8. So, magiging plus to. Ito naman magiging plus din. Okay. Tignan natin. 1 times 8. We have positive 8. Tama. This is the product. Next. Ipag-add naman natin. 1 plus 8. We have 9. Again, this is the product. This is the sum. So, nakuha na natin yung factors ni x squared plus 9x plus 8. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, we need to set each factor to 0 or by using zero product property. So, again, set each factor to 0 or DZPP. Again, this is zero product property. We have now x plus 1 equals 0. And then we have x plus 8 equals 0. Then, ang gagawin natin, solve the resulting equation. We have now x plus 1 equals 0, and then we have now x plus 8 equals 0. Kukunin na natin yung solution or yung root or yung possible value ni x na magsasatisfy dito sa given quadratic equation. Okay. So, para ma-eliminate natin or to solve for the value of x from x plus 1 equals 0, we need to eliminate plus 1 to the left side of the equation. Kailangan mawala yan. So, by using subtraction property of equality, subtract both sides by 1. We have x plus 1 minus 1 equals 0 minus 1 by using SPE. Then we have now x equals negative 1. And then x plus 8. So para ma-eliminate natin si 8, subtract both sides again by using subtraction property of equality. Subtract both sides by 8. We have 0 minus 8. Then cancel na to, magiging 0. X equals negative 8. And then, para malaman natin kung yung values ni x, which are negative 1 and negative 8, satisfy to the given quadratic equation x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. So, titignan natin, isa-substitute natin by checking. Check natin. So, checking for x or for x equals negative 1. Okay, i-substitute natin yung negative 1 to the given quadratic equation dito sa standard form niya. X squared plus 9x plus 8 equals 0. Or, pwede rin dito. So, dito na lang natin sa standard form para makita natin na 0 equals 0. We have negative 1 squared plus 9 times negative 1 plus 8 equals 0. Then, negative 1 squared, this is 1. Then, 9 times negative 1, we have negative 9 plus 8 equals 0. 1 minus 9, we have negative 8 plus 8. Then, negative 8 plus 8, 0 equals 0. Ibig sabihin, yung value ni x, which is negative 1, satisfy to the given quadratic equation. Next, for x equals negative 8, we have negative 8 squared plus 9 times negative 8 plus 8 equals 0. Then, negative 8 squared, we have 64. 9 times negative 8, we have negative 72 plus 8 equals 0. 64 minus 72, we have negative 8 plus 8 equals 0. Negative 8 plus 8, so this is 0 equals 0. Ibig sabihin, yung value ni x na negative 8 satisfy to the given quadratic equation. Therefore, the solutions or roots of this quadratic equation, x squared plus 9x equals negative 8 or x squared plus 9x plus 8 equals 0, ang solutions niya or yung roots are negative 1 and negative 8. Okay, yung number 2, binura natin yung x. Dapat, ito yun, 9x squared minus 4 equals 0. Since yung number 2, naka-standard form na siya, in the form ax squared plus c equals 0. Wala lang siyang linear term. So, naka-standard form na siya. Hindi na natin siya ita-transform into standard form. Okay, so, the next step, so all you have to do is to factor the expression 9x squared minus 4. So kapag ganito yung form niya ng quadratic equation, most of the time, yung A tsaka C is a perfect square number. So, since 9x squared or yung 9 perfect square number, and then si 4 is also a perfect square number, kapag pinactor si 9x squared, we have 3x. Then si 4, kapag pinactor, since perfect square number to, kapag kinuha mo yung square root, the square root of 4 is 2. Same din, sa square root of 9, kaya natin nakuha si 3, kasi ang square root of 9 is 3. Kaya ang ginamit natin is 3, tsaka 2. Ngayon, negative to. We have negative 4. So, para maging negative, isang positive, isang negative. Then, after that, nakuha na natin yung factor. Set na natin to. Set each factor. Set each factor to 0 or yung zero product property. Set natin. We have now 3x plus 2 equals 0. Then the other one is 3x minus 2 equals 0. Then in order to get the value of x, we need to eliminate plus 2 to the left side of the equation. We have now 3x plus 2. So para ma-eliminate to, subtraction property of equality, subtract both sides by 2. Minus 2 equals 0 minus 2. Then, cancel na to. This is 0. Ang matitira sa left side is 3x equals negative 2. Then, by using division property of equality, divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. Then, makakancel na to. This is 1. That's why we have x. Then, x equals negative 2 over 3. Dito naman sa kabila, 3x minus 2 equals 0. By using addition property of equality, add both sides by 2 to eliminate negative 2. Then, wala na to. Matitira is 3x equals 2. Divide both sides by 3. Then, x equals 2 over 3. Ngayon, si negative 2 over 3 and si 2 over 3, ayun daw yung values ni x. Kapag sinubstitute mo dito, magsasatisfy to the given quadratic equation by checking. Check na. Substitute the value of x for x equals negative 2 over 3. I-substitute natin. We have now 9 times negative 2 over 3 quantity squared minus 4 equals 0. Then, 9 times 4 over 3, 4 over 9 rather, sorry. We have 4 over 9 minus 4 equals 0. Then, cancel na to. We have 4 minus 4 equals 0. So, 0 equals 0. So, ibig sabihin, yung value ni x na negative 2 over 3 satisfy to the given equation. This is considered as root or solution of that quadratic equation. For x equals 2 over 3. So, 9 times 2 over 3 raised to 2 minus 4 equals 0. Then we have 9 times 4 over 3 minus 4 equals 0. Over 9, sorry. Then cancel na to. We have 4 minus 4 equals 0. 0 equals 0. Therefore, 2 over 3 satisfy to the given equation. 9x squared minus 4 equals 0. Yung negative 2 over 3 and 2 over 3, those are the roots and solutions or solution of this quadratic equation.